Web online ordering. Web online ordering gives you the capability of setting up your own e-commerce store. So you have the capability of selling inventory out to any of your customers that you so wish. So you may have other garages or shops that are in your local area that you want to be able to sell tires or filters or whatever you want to. So in order to do this, first you'll have to sign up for the web online order, and then when it is approved, we will go to the setup and actually turn on the web online order. You will find this down below. You're going to see web online order. It'll be right below your online appointment section. And then you're going to have two sections to it, users and settings. So before we start to set this up, there's a couple things you want to be aware of. Remember, web online order, you are selling items out of your inventory. So you want to have a specific level that you may want to set it at. You might have like a retail and a wholesale or a jobber or something like that, or a fleet price. So you do want to set your pricing up in your inventory on what you want to sell. The next thing you're going to need to do is go ahead and set up a service package. So if I go in, pull up my profit center here, go look in my system, you're going to see I have one called web online order. Now all I did was I created a service package with a title. There's no material or labor lines or anything associated here, and I just have it in this category. Once I do that, I want to go to my templates, my work order templates, and create a template. So here I've created a template for web online order. It's going to automatically start a counter sale ticket for me. And I have a service advisor on here and a technician, and I've added the package. So this package will actually automatically start up with whatever parts that that customer of yours is ordering. Once I have that set, then I can go and start working on setting up my web store. So when I go to settings, here you would put in the name of your web store, whatever you want to call it. If you wish to have a logo in here, you can do that. Here I've used a Protractor logo. When your customers are searching your web store, you can have so many lines per page. On the searching, when they're looking at what's available to sell, you can have it set at whatever high and low limit you want. If it gets down below your low limit, you can have it come up with, say, NA for non-applicable. They don't have it. Here is where you're going to set your price level. So you'll notice I have a retail, a fleet, and a whole goods. So I'm going to be selling at my fleet price. Show available. So when they're looking at my web store, I do want to have available quantity. That's actually the preferred. So that will also exclude anything that's out on work order. So if I use the in stock, then you may have it out on a work order or may not. So you may not have it available. So I always use the available quantity. You can have a tire lookup size. So all I got to do is just start typing in the size of the tire they want and hit search. I'll go look for it. You can even have delimiters in here for that. You know, if you want to put a slash or an R or a P or something like that in, you can. You don't necessarily have to. You can show your MSRP for a product so they can see MSRP versus what their cost is going to be. And then you definitely want to show pricing. Service categories are the service categories where your inventory is in. So here I'm going to be selling from my oil lube maintenance and my tires and wheel categories from my main profit center. You can pick and choose however you want. You can even have certain manufacturers in the system already so they can search by manufacturer. So here I have Michelin and Toyo for tires. You can add or delete whatever you wish. And if you're going to have a line code. Network locations, this is only used for people with multiple locations. Now, my system, I happen to be part of a 3-location enterprise. If I want them to be able to pull across items from the other locations, I certainly can edit this and I can go pick which other locations I want them to be able to pull from. Now, bear in mind, if I do this, if I add another location here, or even both locations, what'll happen is if they order a particular item and I do not have it in stock at my specific location, when they place the order, then what'll have to happen is you will have to transfer it over from one of these other locations to your locations in order to complete the sale. So just make sure you kind of remember that you're going to have that show up. When an order does come through, I can have it pop up to a specific message group from my instant messenger within the system. And then here's where I'm going to copy the address for it to send it to my customers. So here's a basic setup. Now, let's go talk about setting up your customers. So here we have users. We'll save this. Now I do have a customer in here called Alan's Garage. Here I have an ID for him. I give him a password, and then I'm going to have it connected to my template. So when he places the order, it automatically pulls the template. As I start to do this, if you have any customers that require a purchase order, if you want to force them to put in a purchase order number, what you want to do is go over to your contacts, pull that customer up. And again, yes, these people do need to be in your contact list. And you want to edit this contact. Go to details, attributes, and check the PO required box. So when they place the order, then it will force them to put in a PO. And again, you can do tax exemptions, set up receivable accounts, whatever else you need to do. So as you put in your users and you have them in, you can go back over to settings if you like, copy the address. So you send this address over to your user, they would put it in their browser, save it, and then they'll have a link directly into the online ordering. That's your initial setup. So let's go take a look and see what happens at the customer point of view as they search a part or parts, order the parts, and then what's going to happen back on your location. So here I am on my online order. Initially, it'll bring it into our login screen. They'll type in their username and password, and then they just simply log in. And now this will be our search area. Right now, we don't have anything in here. So if I come in and look for some oil filters, for example, I hit enter. Now it's going to pull up all the part numbers. Here we have 20 items. Description, manufacturer, size, code, price, what's available, what's in the network. Again, if I'm a multi-location user and I have that turned on, see now it's going to show the network. So here I have 30 plus available. Let's say this customer wants to get 5 of these filters. They would just simply add them to the cart, go right down the line, pick whatever else they want. Let's say I want to get a couple of these. Now, once they've searched what they wanted, they can change the search to anything else. So let's say I don't want any more filters, but I want to go look for some Michelin tires. Hit find. Now it's going to search everything that's manufacturer Michelin. And again, they can break it down by code, size, minimums, descriptions, part numbers, however they want. So here we have 4 available at the store, and we're going to get a couple of those. Once they're done shopping, there'll be a list at the very bottom, what's in their shopping cart. So here, if I go to view cart details, you're going to see it's ready to be checked out. I can go back to the search from here. I can update quantities from here. whatever I wish. If I want to remove something, I can go to start all over. This is the customer view down here. In other words, it goes back to the search again. That's all it's doing. Okay. All right, let's go back to our cart and let's go check out. Now, when I go to check out, you'll notice the purchase order number is required in here. So they do have to put in a PO number, whatever it is. Once that number's in, you're ready, place the order, and then we can continue shopping or print the page. And actually, you could put some instructions or comments, and the customer can when they place the order. You'll notice on the top right corner of my screen, my messaging popped up here. I have a web order. So this is going to take me back. So it's automatically created the web order. You'll notice over here on the far right, there's the purchase order number that I required him to put in. Automatically fills in the lines for me. Now where you're going to actually see this, let's go save this, is you'll see a new spot within the work in progress screen called online orders. This will only appear if you have the web online order. And then it's going to be sitting here waiting to be processed. Now you may wait for them to come pick it up, or you might just go ahead and post it out right away. So once I do this and I post it, then I can invoice the sale. I can put it on a credit card or whatever. Since this person does have an account with me, I can just put it on account and post it out. And now I have my invoice. Now bear in mind, when you're looking at your sales reports and stuff, what'll happen is if I go look at this sale, this came from my tire category in my inventory. This came from my oil and filters, oil, lube, and filters. So when you go to look at sales reports, this is where it is going to be reported in whatever category the parts came from. So if I go over to reporting, and I go to my vital signs by category, and we'll look at today, you're going to see oil, lube, maintenance, where I've made sales, and tires and wheels. So if I right click and drill down, see this letting me know it came from the web online order. That's all there is to it. It's very easy to use, easy to set up, and you can increase your sales quite easily this way.